Rashad, after you get that strip sack to really start the third quarter, what was going through your head at that time in the game?
Going out in the halftime, after halftime, it's a fresh 2 quarters, and you start out like the score is 0-0. So you go out there, you want to make a play, starting out on defense, get the ball back to the offense. Made the play, and it's exactly what you were hoping for at halftime: get the ball back to offense, try to get points on the board, and try to flip that score around. That's really all. After I made the play, I was a little tired after celebrating and was ready to do it again the next series, try to keep that going.
Rashad, how would you compare Clemson to Notre Dame and this year's Clemson team to the one you played before 2 years ago?
Both great teams, both beat us. They'll both be in the playoffs. Different teams have different strengths, and they know how to utilize their strengths. And then 2 years ago, I was a whole different player, so I couldn't really tell you how good they were 2 years ago because I wasn't where I am. So they didn't get the best version of me 2 years ago, so I can't really tell you what that team was like then.
Rashad, how tough, obviously, were those early turnovers and getting Clemson going and putting you guys behind the 8 ball?
You never want to get put in a position with a short field or sudden change, but it's part of the game, and our job is to go out there and stop them, at least to a field goal when you put in those positions. That's our job. Even if turnovers happen, defense is still supposed to stop the offense from getting in the end zone, whether they're on the 1 yard line or starting at 99 yards away, and we didn't really do that. So, you got to look at yourself on those type of plays, at least stop them to field goals instead of letting them get touchdowns out of those turnovers.
Coach Narduzzi said he thought Trevor Lawrence should be the Heisman front runner. After seeing him now in person this year, what are your thoughts on his ability, and do you think he's the best player in college football?
He's whatever year it is now, he's been one of the best players in college football every year he's played, from a true freshman to now, and he makes that team run. Without him, who knows what that team is, but that's how football goes. When you have a great player, they can change games by themselves. And, he came back after not playing 28 days and showed the type of player he was, and we did our best to try to shut it down, and he played a great game.
Rashad, how would you evaluate this season from a team standpoint and from an individual standpoint of yourself?
As an individual, you can't really say you did good when you have this many losses, 5 or whatever it is. I don't really see how you can be too proud of it at the moment. Maybe in a few months you might reflect on it and think you had a good season. But right now, like I always say, it's just I'm thinking about what I could have done more, help the team out, get more wins. And then, you can ask anybody, this is not the goal we had for this team. We thought this was going to be, our type of year. We thought every game on our schedule was winnable. And, college football is all about consistency, about who can win, who's consistent every week. It's amateur football, and you can realize that when you turn on the film. And, we just haven't been consistent enough. So, obviously, it's a failure and within, what we had our goals set on. We didn't reach our goals.